Guys, I previously talked about the 5 reasons why you should not buy this iPhone 11 Pro, and this is a follow-up video. In this one, we'll take a look at the positive side of this device and 5 reasons why you should buy the iPhone 11 Pro in 2023. So let's begin with the first reason, and the reason number 1, and that is that it's a Pro model. Of course, it's not such a big deal now when we have like another 4 generations of iPhones with the Pro series, but this was literally the first ever iPhone to feature triple lens camera setup to be called the Pro iPhone. It wasn't the case before, and that means that it was for the very first time when Apple started differentiating between the regular iPhone 11 and 11 Pro. So you have more features, and you can consider this to be a flagship. So there was like a bigger gap between the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro. Back in the day, for example, when the iPhone 7 or something like the iPhone 10 got released, we didn't have like a huge gap between the models. But right now, the difference is much larger, and you are actually getting an iPhone which is from the Pro series, which includes the nice colors. So you can get it in the gold color, you can get it in the green, which was like special exclusive for the iPhone 11 Pros. So that's really cool because all of the perks of Pro models apply here. The second reason why I think you should buy this iPhone, the iPhone 11 Pro, is the form factor, and more specifically the weight. Well, this iPhone is really light and fits comfortably in your hand. At just 188 grams, it beats the iPhone XR, for example, or iPhone 11. Like, it's literally lighter than those devices. Maybe it's just my personal preference, but when I hold an iPhone XR in my hand and iPhone 11 Pro, well, the iPhone XR, of course, it's supposed to be a cheaper and budget iPhone and stuff, but it feels much bigger, chunkier, it's heavier and stuff. The iPhone 11 Pro is a bit smaller, although the display size is very comparable, but it's also light, it's lightweight, and it also has the rounded edges, which is no longer the case, as you know, from the next generation. iPhone switched to like a boxy design, which I'm not like 100% fan of. It could have stayed with this design as well, but we are likely seeing the next design at the next iPhone 15 Pro with this rounded look. So let's see what's gonna really happen. But I really like the form factor. Perhaps Apple will make a full circle and return to this kind of stuff. So that's what I really like about this device. And also, the cameras are not really the best, although I'm gonna talk about those later on. But when it comes to form factor, they're not protruding that much, and the phone bounces only a little bit on the table, because when it comes to the next generations of like the iPhones and stuff, the cameras are getting much larger when you place those on the table. Like, it's a huge, it rocks a lot. So, but this is much more comfortable, to be honest. Another good reason why I think you should buy the iPhone 11 Pro is the display. And of course, you may feel like it's nothing special, and it also lacks some functionality, but it also has the OLED capabilities. That means that the iPhone is like one leap ahead of something like the iPhone XR or all of the previous older iPhones. And for a while, this is going to be the leading technology. Like, the OLED is going to be the standard, and is the standard, has been for the next generation, like the iPhone 12, 13, and the only thing which is lacking, of course, is the ProMotion and display. But for that, you're going to need to go with the iPhone 13 Pro at least, and that's like 2 generations newer. So in case you want to pay money for that, and go ahead and do it. But of course, it looks nice. I cannot say that it doesn't look good. When you compare it to ProMotion display, it definitely feels much better and much smoother, but it doesn't mean that the older devices are not usable. The only advancement is, like I said, the ProMotion, and we also expect like mini LED in the future, but that's not happening until like 1 or 2 years at least. So this isn't something I would worry about. The brightness is really good, so it had to be a lot better than the iPhone 11. There had to be like a difference, and like I said, it's a Pro model, so you're getting the better stuff from that year in which it was released. So that's only good when it comes to Pro models. Another fourth reason why I think you should consider buying the iPhone 11 Pro even in 2023 is the cameras. Like I said, it's a new model, it was a Pro model for the very first time, and we had the 3 lenses. So in case you buy something like the iPhone 11, it only has the double lens setup. This only has, the 10R only has 1 lens, and here you have the telephoto, ultra wide, and the regular. So you are kind of equipped. It only got better from this point on, as you can see, but they didn't switch to like anything else. It's like the best what you could have in terms of like the use case of the lenses and stuff, but they only got better and bigger throughout the time, but the basic stuff is here. So you are kind of equipped well with the camera, although it got better throughout the time, but it's definitely usable for social media, for whatever you want to use it for. Of course, you probably don't want to shoot some high-end movies on it, but for like vacation videos and stuff like this is going to be really cool. Also, one thing about the camera is that it is the old school sensor, because you know the later iPhones like the iPhone 14 Pro relies heavily on the software management or the post-processing of the photos, and a lot of them end up being too sharp. Like the over sharpening is really happening with the iPhones, and it's not something that you're gonna really experience with the iPhone 11 Pro, and it doesn't happen with this device. So the cameras are reliable. They're not like the best which you could ever get, but you're not getting like over sharpening. It's not like too saturated or anything like that. I think you're getting like very decent cameras. And the last reason is again the camera, but this time the front-facing camera. Because here, for example, I have the iPhone XS. In fact, this was the flagship from the year before, as you know. So there was the iPhone X, iPhone XS, and the 11 with the 11 Pro. So if not this, 1 year older flagship was the iPhone XS. And just look at the difference in the front-facing camera. This one is much wider. So if I flip the cameras like this, you can see that you're getting much more in the field of view, so it doesn't look that much. But here on the 11 Pro you have this button which is able to like zoom it out, so it appears that the camera using which I'm shooting the video is actually far away from this iPhone, but kind of closer to the iPhone XS, and that's like the wider field of view of the 11 Pro takes care of it. So in case you're taking a lot of selfies and you want to like fit more people into the frame, and yeah, it's actually easier on the 11 Pro, so I think that this is also really cool. Plus, the 11 Pro also has the 4K 60 frames per second on the front-facing camera, so that's also really cool for shooting videos or like TikToks and stuff. So the 11 Pro has a really reliable camera. I'm talking about the front-facing as well as the rear-facing camera. So that would be about it. Hope the video helped you out. I really do hope that some reasons appeal to you more than others, and I would highly encourage you to check out the other video of the series in which I talk about the bad stuff of this iPhone. I think it's an amazing way to compare the functionality and the state of specific device. Look at 5 good things, 5 bad things, and depending on what applies to you, which are the things you like, that you don't like, you can decide if you want this device or not. So yeah, that would be about it. For more content like this, make sure to subscribe to Foxtecc Devices, and also check out the next video right here. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys later.